Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nikolai. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yesterday, something crazy happened in the Emerald Dream community, and I knew I had to cover it. Let me quickly go over who I am here with today. I am here with Ataxium, Cherix, Fangblade ISR, High Lord Humanshu, myself, Jord Rend, Old Dirty, Strella, and Throgma. How is everybody doing?
Good, good.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me your time. So I'll start with Humanshu. What exactly happened yesterday?
Well, last night at around 11 o'clock, we transferred Warsong Battalion, the guild, from Horde to Alliance, and we initiated the crusade after Delby tweeted the Pope.
And why is that so just crazy right now? Like, why did you move, and why is it such a big thing?
Well, I mean, this server needs something. We've seen the Alliance population decline rapidly over the last couple of months, and people are actually kind of worried about the future of World PvP on Emerald Dream. Not only that, but roleplay has declined as well. In fact, everything that made Emerald Dream so great has withered away in the last couple of years. I thought quitting the game might actually help the server. I thought, we would see a growth in rivalries, a growth in World PvP, a growth in roleplay. In fact, the opposite has happened. We've seen guilds basically fill their raids from other servers and just fight on Emerald Dream. It's not what Emerald Dream is about. Emerald Dream is about server rivalry, server passions, and server fights. It's not about bringing people from other realms onto the server and fighting. So we started this crusade to make a difference. We're looking to bring Emerald Dream back to its former glory. And this is a project that's many people are excited about. In fact, people that I used to fight with on Twitter are now participating. They're becoming officers. They're showing support, and it's honestly inspiring.
That's awesome. Would you feel okay maybe name dropping a few people that are kind of supporting you that you maybe didn't think would?
Yeah, I mean, Crusader 7 has expressed support and even joined the guild, and just 2 or 3 days ago I was arguing with him on Twitter. So it's just people like this. I mean, it just shows you that at the end of the day, this guild on Alliance isn't about WSB. It's not about the Alliance. It's not about me. It's about fighting for the server and fighting for something that we all believe in. All of us, whether we like it or not, we came here because we liked what Emerald Dream had to offer. We liked the World PvP. We liked the roleplay. We wanted to be a part of it. Coming here, however, gives us a duty to support that server, to make that continue to happen to other people. And I think, people are more than willing to set aside personal differences and come together for this. This isn't one guild versus another guild. This is fighting for the server and fighting for what makes Emerald Dream so great.
I wanted to get a few different perspectives from a few different players. So, Ataxium, would you say that maybe you were specifically a Horde player?
I have always been very much hardcore Horde, and that will always be my faction, but in certain scenarios, like what's going on with Emerald Dream right now, sometimes exceptions have to be made. I'm not very... what's the word I want to use here? I'm not super excited to be on the Alliance, but I feel it's something that needs to happen right now.
Just to level things out, would you say that it is a little unbalanced and that kind of pokes into the fun factor of things? It's just like, man, we're at number 27 to 1. What am I going to do here?
It definitely is due to the unbalance on the server. At the end of the day, it's for the health of Emerald Dream to make sure the server stays alive and plays how we all remembered it when we first came here, where we had these big guild rivalries going back and forth, and that's kind of what fed into what Emerald Dream is.
Yeah, if I could just cut in, I mean, I don't
Sure.
think the numbers mean anything here. I mean, I was 13 when I came to this realm. There's this thing called the AC, a huge conglomerate. So many raids were being taken to Orgrimmar after the crew left. I mean, people were disheartened. We were outnumbered on the Horde. And if a teenager could start a guild and fight back against that and actually win, I mean, that just tells you it's not about numbers, it's about passion. And in this guild, I see some of the most passionate people joining. It's inspiring.
Heck yeah, there seems to be a few people with, the same, same idea of the direction that they wanted to go. And, even just in this Discord server, I see a lot of awesome people. Jord Rend, you were specifically an Alliance player, right?
Yeah, I've always pretty much been Alliance.
Okay, and once you kind of heard this going on, were you like, oh my god, like this is something I got to get into? Were you in like a different guild and you left and you decided to join this?
Yeah, so I know Warsong Battalion has a controversial past, but this is more about Emerald Dream coming together and making the realm great again, because I've always said Emerald Dream right now is not doing well. There's a big imbalance between factions. I know at the time I'm not really in much of a guild in Emerald Dream, but I saw this. I saw people I know that are good, great, awesome people hype about this, and I said, you know what? I need to be part of this. This is really cool.
Awesome. And Throgma, you still fully plan on staying Horde side, all that stuff. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool. So as far as you and your personal business, nothing's really changed, but you're kind of like, well, we're going to have a lot more competition now. Is this something like you and your guild are going to be preparing for? Is this something, that you support?
Support what? The transferring of Warsong Battalion over to Alliance?
Yeah, like, do you think overall this was good for the server?
It's needed. It is needed. I like what they're doing. I have a guild to run, but if I wasn't running a guild, well, I'd definitely be thinking about it right now. But
okay.
Right now, I'm for the Horde entirely.
All right, and Old Dirty, I played with you a ton back in the day, and correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe you went Alliance, so you've kind of played both sides of the story the past couple years. I guess what's your input on the whole thing? You think this is good?
Yeah, it's needed, man. I mean, right now we got ISR, D7, WBL, and was it there's motorcycle gangs running around on Horde now.
yeah,
Whatever
dude.
that is, man.
That is
Listen,
awesome.
Man, don't discount the motorcycle gangs.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
these motorcycle gangs. I mean, at least if you can fly, you can get away from them right now. There's a lot going on Horde. Alliance, there's just not much going on. There's a lot of small guilds, but I think right now that Alliance has just been pressured by lag scales so bad that nobody wants to do anything. That's why a majority of them are blue flagged all the time. They can't even get PvE going anymore because there's just not enough people into it. I think with WSB coming over, they're going to see that they can fight back, and I'm hoping with us here, they'll come out and they'll help. And we'll keep it ED. I don't want to get involved in like TAE and how they're just bringing in 100 people from different servers. I think we keep it ED. This will be fun again, and just see how it goes from there. I know me and Himanshu, we've had words in the past, but I'm here to help. And all of our differences aside, I think we'll have fun doing this.
Yeah, it's kind of what Himanshu was saying just a moment ago. He's like, well, even though there was a few beefs here and there, or whatever, like a lot of people are still coming together for this, and there definitely seems to be a lot of support for this. Strella, would you like to tell me how you kind of feel about the whole thing?
Well, personally, I've been pretty inactive lately. I haven't been on the game about maybe a year. I play. But, I mean, this morning I woke up, I'm getting my breakfast, and I check Twitter. And I see all this news. I see all this big news that Warsong Battalion's back. It's fighting with the Alliance to make the server great again. And I just couldn't wait. I knew I had to be there to help. So I log on, I renew my subscription, I transferred my character over, and I'm here to fight.
Heck yeah, man. I think this is going to be so awesome, and you were like, you must have thought the same thing, to invest some real life money, get the subscription, the transfers, all that stuff. So I can tell you're pretty excited about it too. You're invested. You want to do it.
Absolutely.
Cherex, how do you feel about it? Have you been a a Horde player or an Alliance player? Could you give me your 2 cents?
Being predominantly an Alliance player for most of these years, and what Emerald Dream was so great for was when there was a faction imbalance, certain guilds would transfer over because they wanted to have that even fight, that heated rivalry where there wasn't one dominant side. So things have been out of balance here throughout BFA. So I think this is an exciting move, and I really do encourage people that are blue blood ED players to rally behind WSB, and let's get Emerald Dream great again.
Awesome. And Fangblade ISR, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. So I'm gonna assume I've been absent from the game for a little bit, very busy with school, but I'm gonna assume you're an ISR. I've always been an ISR.
I mean, I'm gonna be for maybe not too much longer.
Okay.
I mean, I only came here for the World PvP, but now that WSB is going over to Alliance, I'm still iffy on faction changing.
Okay. Totally your choice, man. You pay to play this game, and you can play however you'd like. But as a Horde player, you came for World PvP. Have you been on Emerald Dream for a while, or?
About 2 years now.
Okay, so you've definitely been here for a little bit and experienced it.
Yeah.
Now, before you heard about this news, had you ever played on Alliance before, or is this kind of your first experience on Alliance? Or
I mean, I used to play on Alliance for a little bit when I first came, and when I saw the people that inspired me to actually get into World PvP was originally World PvP's finest. And then soon on, I just transferred Horde and joined Throgmisk.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, right on. And I interviewed Himanshu a while ago, and I thought, wow, this guy was a savage World PvP leader. But it's deeper than that, isn't it, Himanshu? You want this to have RP elements to it as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so there's so much opportunity in Alliance right now, and I'm surprised that no one else has seized on this. There's an RP void, and from what I'm hearing, there's a PV void, although I'm not the biggest on PV, and there's definitely a nativist server World PvP void that has to be filled on Alliance right now. And I mean, this is opportunity to create the largest faith-based roleplay World PvP organization the server has ever seen.
And
this is so much opportunity to unite this entire faction under the Church of the Imperial Faith. You don't have to be a guildie to be a part of this. You can be on the Horde and still be a supporter. You can be in another guild and still be a supporter of what we're trying to do here. The Alliance is just so broken down right now that this is a perfect opportunity to rebuild it in an image that we see fit. This is so exciting.
And as far as the rules go, if there is a Horde player out there who says, I've invested quite a bit into this Horde guild that I've been with for a while now, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to make the full commitment, but I do have, a high-level Alliance player, would that be okay for someone to, maybe have 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
Yeah, for sure. This isn't a, this is for WSB, this is for the Alliance. No, it's for the server. We're doing this for the server, and I firmly believe that everyone should be a part of it. And that's why we're doing these weekly masses. I mean, and anyone's invited to them. In fact, Renah, Shadow, Spartanix, you're all welcome. You're all welcome to come to the mass tomorrow. It's at 7 p.m. server time, November 25th. At Gilneas. War mode will be off, and you can all join our Discord and listen to what's going on. And if you have misgivings, you're more than welcome to come. Come with an open mind, and I think you'll like what you find here. You'll like what you hear, and hopefully you feel what we feel when we think about Emerald Dream after listening to us.
In a perfect world, right, to meet this goal, the goal would be, whether it takes a week, a month, a year, whatever, the goal is to try to get Horde and Alliance back to even standards, make World PvP great again, and to break that down a little bit, to make it great again, Would you say that World PvP numbers need to be limited so it's not so laggy? And also, off-realmers, if there's somebody who maybe is on a different server who likes what you're doing here, is there an opportunity for somebody on a different server, or would they have to specifically transfer back to Emerald Dream to join this?
I'll take that one at a time. So basically, in terms of limiting numbers, we're looking at keeping the guild recruitment cap down to 500. I don't really want to run a massive guild. I don't think it's needed. I think the passion that we have here, 500 members will be more than enough, along with all the allies that we're developing right now. As for people who want to fight with us from other servers, the primary goal of this crusade won't be to involve cross-realm people. However, if there's people that are willing to check out what Emerald Dream has to offer, I mean, I don't see any problems with letting them attend a couple of events. This way they get a taste for it, they understand what ED's about, and they can make an educated decision whether or not to transfer to Emerald Dream. In fact, that can only help the server, I think. The primary goal of inviting them is not to fill raids, but it's to basically expand Emerald Dream's popularity and make the server the envy of North America. So you might see a couple of cross-realm names in some of our raids, but they'll be there because they're basically seeing what we have to offer. They're seeing what the realm has to offer. And then hopefully they'll make an educated decision as to whether or not they want to be a part of Emerald Dream. And if they decide that they don't want to, then you won't see them in our raids anymore.
All right, right on. I think this is really cool. And when I close my eyes and I think of Emerald Dream, I think of this arena. And like in this arena, it's just, man, there's just epic battles. There's heroes. There's freaking legends. There's people, who can no longer play the game, but they're still talked about. They still have a presence. Emerald Dream it's so important to me. And to some people, it might just be a server or whatever. But, when you said we want Emerald Dream to be like the best server of North America, man, I would like nothing else. Like, that would be awesome. I would love for Emerald Dream to be the #1 and to get as many people over here as possible. I really like that. And it is an RP server too, and you have elements that you're going to throw in to almost like fill in every single spot, so any kind of player could really join.
Yeah, I mean, Emerald Dream was the envy of North America 2 years ago. And since then, we've fallen, and it's honestly embarrassing to see it now. I came to this server when I was 13. This server shaped my World of Warcraft experience. I mean, this server influenced how I grew up, essentially, and I do feel I have an obligation, just like anyone else does on this server, to help contribute to the server health. And I'm going to do what's within my power, which is different than what other people can do, but I'm going to contribute to the server in my own little way. And I think anyone can participate and contribute to the overall health of the server being a part of Warsong Battalion Alliance. And once again, this isn't a WSB first or Empire first or Alliance first guild. This is a server first guild. We're looking to bring Emerald Dream back to its former glory. Make it the envy of North America once more.
Envy Dream.
Yeah.
That's great, man. And I definitely support you. I have always been a Horde player. I used a boosted character once on Alliance, and I found my home on Horde, and while I'm not insanely active anymore, I'll probably be Horde forever, but I still totally support this move. I think this would be great. Do you have any kind of like final thoughts or anything to tell maybe the people at home watching?
Yeah, so we'll be having weekly masses at Sunday, probably around 7 p.m. server time, although the time might change. The first one's tomorrow on the 25th, and they're open to both Horde and Alliance. You will get a Discord invitation to our Discord. And even if you don't like WSB, or if you don't like me, or if you don't like what we stand for, just come and listen. I think you will like what you hear. I mean, there's something that binds us all together on this server, and I think
absolutely
everyone has that. They just need to see that. And hopefully by coming to one of these masses, you'll learn what that is for you. And, maybe your mind will be changed. Maybe it won't. But just come with an open mind. Maybe you'll like what you hear.
Yeah, and, sometimes when I don't post on Twitter for a little bit or I go inactive, and I truly miss everybody. I just really enjoy being a part of the Emerald Dream community. It's crazy. It's funny. It's everything I pretty much want. It's awesome, and I love this server, and I think you're doing a great thing here, man. I just wanted to thank all of you for your time, And I wanted to thank everybody at home for watching. And I will catch you next time.